We're back. We're going to add to cart. But if you notice, this select is extremely wide. And the reason is because we centered our forms to be 500 width. So we're going to have to change that. And let me go over here for a sec. We are going to put a class on this form. And we'll call it card form or something. Card form. But now let's style this. It shouldn't be that bad. Hold on. Okay, anyway. We have a wrapper, and then we have wrappers within wrappers. What we want to do is we want to split them up. So, let's go here. Where's my view product styling? We have the view prod wrapper, which we're going to margin top, 20 pixels. We're also going to say display flex, justify content space between and all that, so we can separate these things. Now, seeing as how this wrapper is just the width of the screen, we can do that without any problems. We also want to make the view prod interior. We want to make it a little bit bigger. We want to give it some padding. Even though it already has padding, I believe, we want to give it some more padding. And actually, let's give it some height. No, we'll give it some padding. And then, what we want to do is we want to give a width to the other one. What's it called? View prod cart. Let's give a width to that. I think if I do that, it should solve all the problems. View prod cart, and we'll say width of 200. No, I'll say 300 pixels. Now the select is probably going to just kind of breach it. No, it's okay. But it's too far over. And then we'll say margin right, and we'll give it like 50%. Not an exact science, but it's still too. Yeah, it's overlapping. Hold on. All right, let's go with let's go like this. Let's say cart form. And let's go width of 200 pixels. This should override it because it's coming in after. And there you go. So there you have it. So there's our quantity. I should actually put quantity as a label up there. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll just put quantity as a label. Just like this. Label. I don't remember doing all that, but whatever. Label for quantity. I don't use labels all that much. Wasn't it a label for? Whatever. I'm gonna just say quantity. And then we'll go. Then we'll go. We'll say that the view prod cart label define that, and then we'll just go margin bottom. Give it a little bit of distance. No, How about view? Wait. Yeah, view. How about select? Margin top. It's not like it all smushed up against it. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we don't. Then again, there is an error, isn't it? No, there isn't an error. No. So we can just do that. All right, so I mean, if you want, you can squeeze a little bit more, make it even with this in terms of size. But we want to fix the actual descriptions here, so let's do that. Okay. Let me just make sure I know what they're all called. This is called view prod image. So it's actually view prod view is what it's called, not view prod interior. But yeah, we'll just keep it like that. View prod image. Let's also put a margin top on that. Margin top of 10 pixels, margin bottom of 10 pixels, just to give it some room. So like that. And then we're going to say the interior will be a width of 500 pixels, and we'll just leave it at that. And we'll go view prod image. And we'll just say that the height will be 150 pixels maybe, and the width be 150 pixels, make it a nice perfect box, and we'll say margin bottom, 10 pixels. And then we're going to do the same, we'll say for the image, we'll just do prod image, image. I think I can do 100%, but we'll just see. No, let's do 150. This way it sizes itself. That's what that looks like. I mean, it's not that bad, but every one's going to look like this. Do I want to? I think I want to make it bigger, and I think I want to center it. And then we'll do the same thing here. Or we'll just do like 300. We'll just do that. That's really, it's really large. About the image is only 200. That's better, but it still looks off. Let's make that 250, 250. Fine, 200, 200. I forgot what the dimensions were on the other one. Yeah, that's better, that's better. So we have price here, we have SKU here, and we have description there. Do you need the titles? You go ahead, you put them in there. I'm not going to do that. View prod list. Alright, view prod list. So let's do that. Let's do view prod list. And we'll also do comma view prod link, just so we can get the spacing that we need. Margin bottom, we'll do 10 pixels. Excuse me. We'll see how that looks. That's not too bad. Except for the fact that view prod link. Oh, that's right. I did description. Description's gonna have to be a little bit bigger. And view prod description, margin bottom. I think I need width. I think that's what it is. We need a width of 400 pixels because we don't want it to really just be like. When you do maybe a little bigger. When you use margins, they'll always work. Like it's not as if, say, margin 10 would get squished up just because the height of something. Like it'll take into consideration the height. Padding is more like the way CSS works and the way HTML works is it puts everything in boxes. I might have mentioned this before. Padding is more or less the space inside the box, and margin is more or less the space outside the box. So if we say padding, it's going to put space inside this box. Like if we say wrapper padding of 5 pixels, it'll put 5 pixels inside this box. If we said margin, it'll put 5 pixels outside this box. Or REMs or EMs or whatever you want to use. Whatever sizing you want to use, that's what it'll be. So I think that's good. I mean, I don't really think we need to do anything else. I mean, if we go like this, that should be, let me see. Yeah, I think we're okay with the styling. I mean, it's, does it look like, I don't know if that's how I did it last time, but whatever, we'll just do it this way. And yeah, that's got to go to edit. And this way, I mean, the only way you're going to see this is if you actually put it in the URL right now, but we're going to make it that when you go shopping, it'll take you to this page. And there you have it. We're ready to go. We're ready to add this to the cart. Now, this one thing is getting interesting. We have to populate the cart items. The thing about the cart items is, if you look, what we do is we have we're putting everything in there. We're putting the picture and the total and everything like that. Quantity is the amount that we're sending, and price is it's what's being looked at or what's being seen from the product. The reason why I put all this stuff from the product in is because, again, I don't like the way Fuel does relations, so I'm just going to plop this all in there. But this total, we're going to have to calculate on our own. And it's not as easy as you think. That's why I got my little helper over here. Now, the only thing is I have to get to product. Where's product? Because we have to format the data that we're putting in there. See, we have to do this int vol, float vol shit. But anyway, let's get a move on. So let's go like this. So now we go over to our product view, and we called this. There really won't be any checks, because when you think about it, everything we've given it to them, you can hack it. You can hack the HTML, but I mean, whatever. You could do a check if you wanted, but we called this purchase. So let's go if input post purchase. So if you hit the purchase button, we are going to say, now this is when we do ifs and thens and else. We're going to say check cart equals model cart item query where user ID is the cookie that we have, cookie get ID. Where I think, did I do the sold one? Yes, sold. And what product I do? Okay. Where sold equals 0 and where the product ID equals the ID, and that would be get 1, right? What we're doing here is we're checking to make sure that the item that we're buying is not already in our cart. If it's already in the cart, then we want to change the quantity of the items. We don't want to just keep adding the same product into the cart, because that's stupid. We want to just have one slot for each product. So it's more or less an update. So if check cart, if it appears, then what we'll do is we'll go check cart quantity equals input post. It's an update is what it is. We're just updating the cart if you find that this item is in there. This is called quantity. And check cart total, which is and then we have to, this is why I have this open. We have to do this. See this? It won't add these numbers together it'll give you an error message unless you go parentheses infol, which is a PHP function, and within that we go input post quantity. So we make the value of the quantity of an integer, and then from there we add float vol of input. Oh wait, no, of check. I think it's check card price, right? Product price. That's what it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not plus. That's why I keep these things open. Float vol product, since we already have the product, price, and then we float that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we float that overall to 2 period. And then we save it. But just double check. Okay, so number format. This is number format parentheses. No, there might be too many parentheses. No. This is this parentheses. This is the info parentheses. Yeah, hold on. Info parentheses. Yeah, because we're okay. Just making sure I got the right amount of parentheses. And then this is the number format. Okay. We get the integer value of the quantity that we're sending. We multiply that by the float value of the price that's in the database under the product line that we're looking at. And then we put a we put a decimal point there. And that's how we get the new total. At that point, we just go check cart, save. We're just updating it, updating that part. And then we go to the response, redirect. At this point, we don't have a cart view, but we're going to make one just for this. And we don't need to pass any kind of user or whatever, because the cart, everything is universal. It's based on who's logged in. Else, and now we have to make a new cart item. And that would be new cart equals model, cart item, forge. Almost forgot for a second, and then new cart, and we'll just populate this table. User ID equals cookie get ID. Just double checking because I want to make sure that I have the right order. ID, new cart, quantity equals input post quantity, new cart. Price is simply the price that shows up in the, I don't really need the number format, but we'll do it anyway. In the product price to new cart name equals product name, new cart totals, what we just did. Format. Yeah, because I have to. Okay. Info, input, post. If it's too many parentheses, it'll just tell me. It's very dark in here. So turn on a light. And then new cart picture. The picture's already been uploaded, so all we're doing is referencing the picture. I think that's what I called it, right? We're just referencing the picture. Let's see. Yep. Again, the picture is referencing what's in the folder, and we've already told it what to put in the folder. We've already uploaded it. And we also have to tell it that we need the sold to remain 0, even though it's defaulted. If we didn't put sold in the properties of the model, then we would have just allowed it to default itself to 0. But then we wouldn't be able to reference it. So there you go. You got to add that line in there so you can reference it. Same thing like I said with the created at dates and everything. If you don't reference them, then you have to update them yourself. Like if you don't put them in, what I mean is if you don't put them in here. Like you see how we have sold here in the properties? If we didn't put that in there, it would default to 0, but then you couldn't reference it outside the model. So like I have the observer create at, updated at, which gives us these automatic dates. If I take that out, and I would have to update it myself in order for it to work. And now, let's go. So that's what we're doing here. And here we have to update the sold, even though we put a default value on it. Good old fuel. So let's make some cart routes. Cart, view, cart, view. I could just call it index. Cart view. Cart, checkout. Well, that I could just say checkout, but whatever. I think that's all I need. So the route's ready. We'll make the controller cart.php, and this will be a controller template. Class controller cart extends controller template, and then we'll do public function view, action view, and we have to populate all the different variables that we have. Model user, find cookie, get ID, and cart items equals cart item. Alright, I'm sorry, model cart item. Query where user ID is Mr. Cookie, or the Cookie Monster, where sold, we only want the ones we haven't bought yet, get. And I think that's all we need. No, we need the, well, no, that's and then we'll go data, cart, no, data cart, yeah, no, data cart equals, because we need the list of the cart items. And then we'll just go this template, first name, per user, first name, this template, cart items equals cart items, this template title equals view cart, and this template view equals view, no, this template content equals view forge cart view excuse me, and data. I don't know why my voice is like this right now. I've had a little bit of phlegm, but then I screamed like a lunatic when I was streaming on Thursday night, which I tend to do when I'm playing Trials of Mana. Now we have to make views of cart folder, and within that cart folder we make view.php. Leave it at that. This way it has some place to jump off to. Now, Let's double check. So check cart, we check to see if the user has this particular product ID in there. If it does, then we just update the quantity and the total. Since the price and the product ID won't change, we'll just update those two. If it doesn't, if we don't have that, then we are going to populate the cart. And that's that. So let's double check. Now, if I go like this. Do I want to style this anymore? Not really. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so I want to have one pair of sneakers, right? So if I go add to cart, bam, there we go. And look, we have a cart item. And it looks like crap. But we're going to change that. But as you can see, it works. I don't have a picture here. Oh, you know why I don't have a picture here? Because I changed the folder name. No problem. No problem. Where's my template? I need my template, man. My plate of tem. There you are. Originally I called this, because remember I just copy and pasted because I wanted to be lazy and it actually turned out to be more work than it needed to be? Well, it wasn't so much I wanted to be lazy, it was just that I didn't want to actually have to type all this crap right away. But we're going to type it all through and I'm going to go through it with you step by step. Where is my folder? It's products, isn't it? Yeah, products. Instead of items, it's products. And there you go. And now if I go like this and I hit refresh, what? Oh wait, hold on. Public, yeah, products. Hold on. Wait, what? Where's the image? Public products, yeah. Okay, so if I go to my template, this might be one of those I have to do a hard refresh. 1 second. Nope, still not showing up. What is that? No, not sneakers. Go back. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I forgot to change that too. Oh, no wonder why. It's not ecom 1 anymore, it's ecom period. How come it... Well, that's how it's supposed to look, right? How come it didn't... Why am I not getting my shopping cart icon? What the hell, man? Okay, now if I go like this. There you go. Of course, it's not going to be that big. We're going to change the image and everything. But there you go, it populates. Now, if I go back to my product 13 and I say no, I want 3, if you notice the number doesn't change and now it says 3 quantity. See? And if you click on it, you can do view cart, which is just going to take you back here, or you can do remove, which we haven't done yet, which is going to be a function that we're going to use for this and this and this. But if you look, you click on that, and it takes you right back to that. What are we at in time? Oh God, let's finish this. Okay, so when I come back, we're going to let's do another product just for fun, and then I'll show you that it adds to product. I don't have a 14. What about a 12? Yeah. So just so you know, it adds. If you look, it says 2, and now we have both. We're gonna obviously we're gonna have to fix that up, and we'll do that when I come back in just a sec.